player to player, helmet to helmet, getting everybody's attention.
It is 2nd and 15 for Lisbon. That's going to be a pitch. That's going to be Adams. He's going to get out past the 20, out to the 25, out to the 28-yard line. Looked like there was a holding on the end, Steve, and, it looked like Oak Hill got away with one on the last drive. Looked like Lisbon got away with one right there.
Yeah, maybe 1 for 1 that time. It looked pretty obvious. That was a hold on the outside of the left tackle, but Adams still able to carry down the field. Decent gain that time for the Greyhounds. Still 3rd and long. Now Terrian into the defensive backfield for Oak Hill.
Lisbon breaking the huddle. They send a man in motion. Back to pass is Adams. He throws it up and tried to get that to Henry Adams, but got thrown a little bit too early. Adams has the speed to break through that. Doesn't matter if you triple or quadruple team him. Odds are he's going to be able to outrun the guy next to him, but the ball has to be a little bit straighter and has to stay up in the air for just a little bit longer for him to run under it.
Well, it was a simple read that time for Halls. 3-step drop and throw down the seam. Hopefully Adams can run out to it. But it was Austin Noble who had something to say with pressure on Halls. Good hit on him as he delivered the football, and now they'll kick it away.
Punt is away, and it's a high one. It's going to be fielded there by Bailey. He's going to hop back, and he's going to try to get to midfield, and he is not going to get there. He's going to be tackled back at the 48-yard line. Sean Grover making up for the last 2 kickoff returns, or attempted kickoff returns, with a solid special teams play there for the Greyhounds. However, Oak Hill once again starts in good field position at their own 48-yard line, up 14-0 with 5:12 remaining in the first half.
Looked like that one hung up in the wind a little bit for Halls. Just kind of got too much air underneath it, and as it tumbled end to end, Bailey able to settle under it just on their side of the 50. Got to imagine Oak Hill would love to march down here and get another score in before letting Lisbon start with the ball in the second half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line for Oak Hill. Handoff is going to be to Buto. He's going to hit 1 set of tackles, and he's going to get past the 50 into the 49-yard line. Be a gain of about 3, and it'll be 2nd and 7 here for Oak Hill. Under 5 minutes remaining in the first half, and I think if you're Oak Hill here, you have absolutely no problem using as much time on the clock as you can and trying to stall this so that Lisbon doesn't get that back-to-back drive.
Noah Francis back out on the field for Lisbon. Knee must be okay.
Must be fine. Terrian back to pass, throws. That's going to be complete. It's going to be out to the 45 and out of bounds, and I think you're going to have a late hit there as Gilbert
no call.
Got past the 40 to the 38-yard line. That is not going to be a 15-yard penalty. It looked like he got hit after he got knocked out of bounds initially, but officials letting him play so far today, Steve.
That definitely was a late hit out of bounds, and happened right in front of the official, but he wasn't going to do anything about it. No call. Wait.
Guess they're talking about it. Just have a clarifying conversation, I think we call
Maybe,
those.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's 2 steps out of bounds, he can't be hit, right? Right.
Right. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Just
sure.
clarifying. Just double checking. If this is the NFL, it probably would have been a suspension by Goodell for at least 6 games. Back to pass, and that's going to be incomplete. Terrian intended for Martin, and that was high and outside.
Yeah, didn't have very much room to throw over the middle that time to Martin. Nice job in coverage by the entire defensive backfield. Connor Nilsson and Halls tied up down the right sideline. Patted each other on the back after. Good battle between those two.
Terrian in the shotgun. Rolls out. Has Gilbert open. Has a man open instead at the 25-yard line. And that's going to be Nilsson. He's going to drop down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. And a great play there by Terrian, and an even better play by Nilsson to find the soft spot in the zone. And a great play by Terrian to avoid the rush and get it to the open guy for another 3rd and long converted here for Oak Hill.
No safety help rotating over the top that time, so Halls had to play off coverage and act almost like a safety. That allowed Nilsson to settle in front of him, and Oak Hill pick up another first down.
No drive is complete without a vuvuzela. 1st and 10 at the 24. Tarian in the shotgun. He's going to run it himself. He's going to run it off the left side, and he's going to get stopped at about the 21-yard line. Be a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Oak Hill. Clock ticking, under 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
Noah Francis that time into the backfield, had a shot at Tarian. Tarian just planted with his left foot and then went upfield.
Thornton Academy has tied it up with Bonnie Eagle 7-7 in the first quarter. Yarmouth and Wells are now tied 14-14. If you're looking for that one, that's over on 92.7 OXO. Michael Hoffer, Dave Wing have the call for you over there. But you don't want to leave here. I mean, you know this. Just stop it. Tarian in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looks out to his right. Intended for Nilsson, and coverage by Halls incomplete. Halls had a better chance at that one than Nilsson.
Yeah, I'll tell you better be careful if you want to throw a jump ball out there between Connor Nilsson and Tyler Halls, because it is every bit a 50-50 ball. Hall's an exceptional athlete, and he had his eyes all over that one.
Stops the clock with 3:23 remaining in the first half. Third and 7 at the 21-yard line. Tarian back to pass. Under pressure. Has a man. That's going to be complete. That's going to be Gilbert. It's going to be inside the 15-yard line, and I think it's going to be just enough for a first down. If not, it's going to be just short.
Yeah, I think it's going to be short. It'll be 4th and 1 is what it looks like. Although I
4th and about a half?
First down.
All right, what do we know? What do we know, Steve? What do we know?
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Now, the one thing that I root for here is that our camera guy gets a play that runs over to the left side and not the right side.
That's right.
These are the things you think
like
of.
Like Tarian's second touchdown.
Right, yes. They're on the near side hash mark at the Lisbon 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Buto's going to run it up the middle. He's going to get to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Oak Hill can get a first down if they get to the Lisbon 4-yard line. 3 minutes and the clock ticking in the first half.
Interesting, with a 14-point lead, they're not trying to milk as much time off the clock as they can. We saw Portland last night wait till that 5-second call every single play.
Handoff, Buto, and Lisbon was expecting that one.
Tackle made by number 85, Tyrese Joseph.
That's Tyrese Joseph, number 85.
84 in your
84
program.
in your program, 85 in your hearts.
85 in
apparently.
your hearts and on the field.
Yes. 284. Still don't know what that's all about. That's confusing to me. And one's a junior and one's a senior, so that's even weirder. 3rd and 7, and they get Lisbon to jump off sides, and it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Boy,
little hard count.
Yeah, it's smart, mixing up the snap count at exactly the right time, and sure enough, drawing Lisbon offside. So that'll get them 5 yards closer. Now 3rd and very manageable. Tell you, when they've needed a first down, they've been able to call on Tarian, and he's been able to pick him up all game long. Be inside of 2 minutes when they get this play off.
3rd and 2. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Oak Hill leads Lisbon 14-0. They're looking to make it more. Handoff, Buto right up the middle, dives in, and he's going to get stopped at about the I think he's going to get stopped at the 3. I think it's going to be just enough for a first down, Steve.
They're looking at it here.
First down.
Steve, can you look down on the front row for me real quick?
Got it.
Okay. Do you see the child there in the wagon?
You mean the unmonitored one?
The unmonitored one.
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
I do,
just
in
checking.
fact.
Just making sure.
Got plenty of blankets to stay warm, though.
Lots of people taking a look. So that's how they do it here. Tarian takes a snap up the middle. He tries to lean into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Raiders.
Absolutely incredible. That's touchdown number 30 on the year. 31 on the year, actually. Number 14 rushing touchdown for Dalton Tarian. And on those close down and distance, Terrian's been the guy that keeps carrying through, and Connor Elwell doing a beautiful job at the left tackle spot, blowing up his man.
Terrian is going to hold this snap. Gilbert's going to try to kick it again. They're up 20-0. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. Oak Hill leads 21-0. There's 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining in the first half. You're listening to Z1055.
For 75 years, Maine Family Federal Credit Union has provided local financing that is easy and hassle-free. From home improvement and home equity loans to personal and auto loans, home heating fuel loans, and more. For all your financial needs, think local. Think Maine Family Federal Credit Union. Experience the feeling of family at Maine Family Federal Credit Union on Savannah Street, Lewiston, Minot Avenue in Auburn, and online at mainfamilyfcu.com. Equal housing lender, NCUA member. Member eligibility required.
Welcome back. Matty Boutwell, Steve Flynn with you here. Oak Hill High School, 21-0. The Raiders lead the Lisbon Greyhounds, and in recent years, it's basically been that Oak Hill has been the hammer, Lisbon's been the nail. Today, not much has deviated from that script.
Not so far in the first half, that's for sure. Right now, Oak Hill offense has had its way, and any time Lisbon has had to turn on the offensive side, the defense for the Raiders has really stepped up. Continues to give this very multifaceted offense of Oak Hill opportunity after opportunity.
Line drive kick is going to be fielded at the 1. It's going to be fielded by Halls. He's going to get out to the 15, and that'll be that. He's going to get driven back to the 10. Actually, mark him down at. Let's see where they mark him down. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 16-yard line. You get driven back to the 10, though. Goodness.
Looked like Gilbert on the stop, at least in part.
And if you're watching on the video stream, you're probably wondering why Oak Hill was kicking off from the Lisbon 45-yard line. The answer, a personal foul penalty on the extra point by the Lisbon Greyhounds. So now back at their own 17-yard line, trailing 21-0 with 1 minute and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Lisbon's going to get on the board here if they don't want to have to play catch-up for too long. Little run play, toss off to the right side. That's going to be Grover. He gets over the 20 to the 21. It'll be a gain of about 5. Actually, they're going to mark him out at the 28-yard line, so that's going to be a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. If you're Lisbon, you're under a minute to go here in the first half, and they're still huddling up.
Tell you, Grover, the polar opposite of big Noah Francis, much smaller, more of your scat back type runner.
Going to have another play there, and that's another big run off the right side, and that's going to be Noah Francis. And if you're Lisbon here, you're getting first down, stopping the clock. But, Steve, we saw this last night between Wyndham and Portland, as Lisbon does take a timeout here, where Wyndham ran the ball a couple of times and ended up getting a couple of big plays, and then they still kept trying to run the ball, and they ended up running out the first half, and they never really recovered from that. They were down 10-7 at the half. They never scored again.
Well, it developed good offense, but never took any shots down the football field and tried to score any points. And that's the whole key of this, right? The idea here is if you're trying to get towards anything here at the end of this first half, it's put points on the board, even if it's 3. You're going to start with the ball in the second half if you're the Lisbon Greyhounds. So anything that you can get to break that 0 apart here before you go in at halftime will be a benefit.
40.6 seconds remaining in the first half. Oak Hill leads Lisbon 21-0. We'll get you scores from around the area coming up. There were other games today.
Long timeouts.
Very long
timeouts. It's the same thing we had last week here.
Right.
I mean, we saw timeouts last night, and they don't seem like they lasted this long.
I agree.
Especially Stayson. It seems like he takes every second that he can. A lot
Sometimes
of times
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, they're usually waiting for him to get off the field before they whistle the play on.
Marshwood hammering Falmouth 28-0 in the first half. Late in the first half. Pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended to the outside for Adams, and a very, very late flag gets thrown by the back judge. Let's see who that was.
I think it's going to be against Lisbon. I think it might have been Noah Francis hung on to one of the defensive backs. We'll see. Brian Thorpe seems to think it is against Lisbon. Unfortunately, I think it's against him.
It's going to be holding on the defense, and that's going to move that ball out. see what they move that to. They don't call holding on offense, but defensive holding, that's 2 of those today. 1st and 10 for Lisbon at their own 46-yard line. The chains now moving. Back to pass is Halls, and he's actually going to get over the line of scrimmage for a gain of 2, but he's going to get crunched down there by number 75, Garrett Guile, who made his presence known last week, and Lisbon hurrying up to the line. 2nd and 10, or 2nd and 8, excuse me. Back to pass, and that's going to be complete, down to the 41, but incomplete. It was dropped. Oh, goodness gracious. Tyrese Joseph is going to be seeing that pass in his dreams tonight. Triple coverage, catches it, and as soon as his feet hit the ground, he gets crunched and the ball goes loose. Stops the clock with 9.9 seconds remaining.